Today we're taking a first look at the ICAN F945 carbon wheel set. I love 29 plus. I think it's the coolest size and I love it on hardtails. But I've been having a hard time finding really nice, light and affordable wheels. I did some searching in the farthest corners of the internet and I came across ICAN. I have some really cool wheel sets in my arsenal, but most of them are $2,000 and up, and you would expect them to ride really great. Today we're looking at something on the complete other end of the spectrum. So here it is, the ICAN F945 wheel set. It's a 29er wheel set with a 45 inner width, 50 external width, with carbon hoops, DT350 hubs, and Sapim bladed spokes. I threw these on the scale and they came in at 1780 grams for the pair with tape. That's really good for a 29 plus wheel set in a 45 mil width. The most amazing part about this wheel set is the price. For both wheels, you pay $790. That's less than half the price of my Night wheels or my Zip 30 Motos. We're just taking a first look. Who knows what it's gonna be like, but I like these lower ones without the bead on them. I feel like the tires seat better and I feel like the rims don't chop the tires as much. So yeah, they're super light. They look to be super well built. They're super cheap. I mean, when you think about it, $790 for a wheel set probably sounds like a lot to you, but when you're shopping really high-end wheel sets with carbon hoops and top-of-the-line hubs, you're gonna be paying $1,600 on up, and this is $790 for the whole set. I'm super impressed. So there are a few pluses and minuses with 29 plus. Number one, they're heavy because they're big. 29s are the biggest rim size we have, and then you get them wide, that adds weight, and then you put a wide tire on there, that adds even more weight. But I think the trade-off is worth it. One of the huge advantages is the volume you get. So I'm always looking for the widest rim I can get for a plus tire. This is the widest I could find in carbon, 45 inner. That's gonna be perfect for a 2.8 to 3.0. Typically I like 35i for a 2.6, 40i for a 2.8, and 45i for a 3.0. And I plan on running 3.0s. There's no point in me going full 29 plus if I'm not gonna run 3.0 tires. And the wider the rim, the more the tire profile squares off and the more volume the tire has. If you run them on a narrow rim, the sidewalls come in and it gets squirmy, it gets rolly, it wants to burp, and it doesn't have the volume you want anyway in the first place. So I believe in a nice wide rim when running plus tires. It's getting harder and harder to find really good 29 plus tires. Granted, it's hard to find anything right now in this bike shortage, but 29 plus tires have really taken off in these small niche areas, but it hasn't become nearly as popular as 27.5 plus. So tire options are pretty limited. Now Bontrager, the component side of Trek bicycles, makes a big line of 29 by 3.0 tires. This is the SE4. This is their most aggressive and heavy duty. It is a 60 TPI tire, so like Maxxis Minion EXO casing. It's 1,230 grams. Now that's a heavy tire, but remember this is a 29 by 3.0. That's actually quite light in comparison. Over here we have the XR4, same exact tread pattern as the SE4, but the XR4 is a 120 TPI, so a thinner sidewall, so it's gonna feel more supple, it's gonna flex more at the same exact pressure as the SE4, which is the 60 TPI. Remember, the more threads per inch TPI a tire has, the softer the sidewall will feel. This tire comes in at 1,100 grams, and this is the Bontrager XR2. It's more of a trail tread. It's a faster rolling, higher volume, not quite as aggressive as these, and it's way lighter at 850 grams in a 120 TPI casing. That's impressive. Even most Maxxis like 29 by 2.3s don't come in under 850 grams. So that is super light for what it is. None of these are light tires. You're not going to mistake them for an XC tire, and you're going to feel the weight on a 29 plus bike no matter how you slice it. I always like more grip in the front than in the back, and these are grippy, meaty tires. All right, let's see how these things install. Now these rims do not come with tape or valve stems. Usually I get that when I buy a new wheel set, but at this price, I think that can be expected to have those left off. I'm doing an experiment with Tyvek tape. This is from Home Depot. This is a budget hack idea. We'll see how it works. I have 2 layers of it on here. We'll see. One other thing, the graphics are painted on, so you can't peel these off. I'm not crazy about the graphics. They look a little bit cheesy in my opinion. You get what you pay for in the graphics department in this price. If they ride well, that's really all that matters to me, but I know a lot of people really have a particular look they're going for. So that is one of the downsides, is the graphics. I'd love to see some stickers you could color coordinate. I know a lot of you guys like to color coordinate your grips and pedals and all that. That could be fun. I also think it's weird that you can't read the brand from the side. You can only read half of it, really. I should call this series Watching Steve Struggle with Tires in Front of a Camera. Let's see how these do going on. They have a nice deep center rim channel, which I love. That makes setting up tires usually really easy. Another cool thing, I was able to order this with the 54 tooth ratchet upgrade already installed. So you can save some hassle and just get them from ICAN with that installed, which is really nice. This is a solid spec for the price. I can't believe they were able to get it at this price. All right, that's really nice. That fits in the center channel well. So I try to find the marking that's the center on both sides of the wheel, and right here it's the number 4. The number 4 of the SE4 is the same on both sides. That way if I get a puncture, I can always keep that in line with the valve stem and kind of measure, like if the puncture's at 3 o'clock, keep an eye on it. All right, that went on easily. Oh, these are nice and big tires on this wide rim. Oh, that's a lot of tire, but it went on without a lever. Let's see how it airs up. We're using my favorite tool. Got a link to this in the description. This is Milwaukee's inflator. I set this to my desired pressure. We'll try 30. All right, due to the thickness of these tires, it's not just inflating right away. So I'm gonna use a trick I learned on Sid and Mackey's channel. I will link to that in here. And I'm pulling the bead onto the outer edge of the rim so that it's tighter and makes a more airtight seal. We're gonna try that. All right, this one's gonna take a real compressor. Makes sense. These are super high volume tires. They're fairly stiff, so this is gonna take a good blast of air to seat. They seated up great with a compressor, went first try. There's a lot of air volume in here. I'm probably gonna have to bring like 4 CO2s if I ever have to reseat this on the trail. I'll probably just bring a Tubolito 3.0 just in case. That is a lot of tire. It's noticeably large, which is what I wanted. That's the whole purpose of running 29 plus, is it should do something that a 29 by 2.4 or 2.5 can't do. And that's have a lot of flotation, a lot of traction. This, I predict, will be awesome for bike packing, for like exploring routes that are more remote or more rugged or less broken in. Sometimes I like to go up the creek beds and just explore. And 29 by 3.0 is my favorite for this. So I'm really excited to try these. If these ride half as good as I think they will, this will be the bargain of the century. Can't believe they got these under 800 bucks for the pair with carbon rims, DT350 hubs, and Sapim bladed spokes. Let's see how they ride. If they ride stiff like an anvil or soft like my Night composite wheels. Stay tuned. Thanks for watching. There's a party in the mountains and you're invited.